I just upgraded my GH5 to version 2.0 and things are looking pretty good. But one feature that I could not figure out why it wasn't working was the disable switch to turn off the display function, because we always hit this, right, while we're shooting with our thumb, and it kind of makes you crazy. So I wanted to figure out, well, how do I set this thing? And it wasn't that obvious, because in the menu, in the owner's manual, it was confusing. So in the owner's manual, it tells you just to go ahead and go into operation lock settings, and these are on. So you go here and you turn it on, right? This is what you think you're supposed to do. You go to on, then you get out of there, and look, it's still functioning. Well, that's not how it works. This is how it works. You basically have to go into the menu, and I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to go back to default. Okay, this is how it kind of ships, right? Okay, so you go in there. Now, the first thing you do is you have to get into this dial mode, which is, I can't remember the name of it, but you have to go to function set, okay? Setting in record, all right? So now this looks like it's a little bit hot, so I'm gonna turn this down. I'm sorry, I'm using my iPhone right now because my other camera is out on a shoot. So I'm going old school with an iPhone 7 or iPhone 6s Plus. So, all right, so you go into the record. You have to pick one of the 5, I think, one of these over here. I haven't tried the other ones. Actually, I did try, and they didn't work. Some of them on, especially like these buttons here, did not work. I tried to use the down button. Like I'll show you, because I don't use that one. When I went here, I went to try to get that to show up as that option in operation lock, and it doesn't show up. So those that is not an option, unfortunately. So you have to use one of the 11 here, I believe. No, actually, it's one of these 5. Sorry. And I just chose function 4. That's this one down here. I don't use that very often. So what I did was I selected it here, and here's where you go and find operation lock. So you're basically going to use that key or that button to lock out functions, okay? So here's operation lock. Then you hit that, okay? So now this is active. So let's go back to the menu. And then when you have anything up, well, it's supposed to lock stuff. So now operation lock is active, and now none of these things will work. See the toggle? None of that stuff works. But you have to still go back into the menu, because you have to unlock it, go back into the menu, and you have to go to operation lock setting and turn on display button, okay? So now that will also work. Now, I don't want these on, so I turn these off. So in default, they were on. So I'm going to turn those off, because that's okay. I'm good with the having the cursor, the joystick, and the touch screen, all those things. I'm good with those being active. All I care about is this display button. I want that to not be working. So we'll accept that, get out of it, and then we'll get out of it. So now it'll work, right? So let me find this is kind of like the look that I want. I like it with a little bit of this here going on. This is one of my favorite screens. Now I lock it. Now, when I go back to shooting, guess what? It doesn't work anymore. That's what this does. So this function 4 now disables this function from working. Now, if you activate the other ones, like the touch screen or the joystick, those also will not work until you press this button again. Then the unlock happens, and now you can go and press all these to change them. Okay, so it's a little confusing. The new owner's manual does not describe this function correctly, but now you know.